If you've ever looked at someone else's TV and wondered, why does theirs look so much better than mine? The answer probably isn't that they bought a more expensive television. It's much simpler. Your TV is probably ruining its own picture. And the worst part? Most of these settings are turned on straight from the factory. Manufacturers enable them because they look flashy under bright store lights, not because they actually produce the best image in your home. Today, I'm going to show you 5 settings that are secretly making your movies look fake, your games less impressive, and your expensive TV perform like a much cheaper model. The best part? You don't need special equipment. You don't need professional calibration. And every change takes less than a minute. Let's fix your TV. Mistake number 5. Sharpness isn't actually sharp. One of the biggest myths in TV settings is that increasing sharpness gives you a sharper image. It sounds logical. More sharpness should mean more detail, right? Actually, it's the opposite. Modern TVs can't magically invent extra detail that wasn't in the original video. Instead, sharpness creates artificial white outlines around objects. This is called edge enhancement. Those glowing halos trick your brain into thinking the picture is sharper. But if you pause the image, you'll notice fine textures disappearing, faces becoming harsh, text looking rough, and objects surrounded by unnatural outlines. Think of it like adding too much Instagram sharpening. Everything looks crunchy instead of realistic. Many TVs also combine sharpness with features called super resolution, detail enhancer, reality creation, edge enhancement, noise reduction. Although the names sound impressive, they're all modifying the original picture. Unless you're watching extremely old, low-resolution content, most of these should be reduced or switched off. Try lowering sharpness close to 0, then compare before and after. At first, it might seem softer. Give your eyes 30 seconds. Most people immediately notice the picture actually looks cleaner, smoother, and much more natural. Sometimes, less really is more. Mistake number 4. Motion smoothing makes movies look cheap. Have you ever watched a blockbuster movie, only to feel like you're watching a daytime soap opera? That's motion smoothing. Different brands call it different names. You might see True Motion, Motion Flow, Auto Motion Plus, Intelligent Frame Creation, MEMC. But they're all trying to do the same thing. Your TV creates fake frames between the real ones. Instead of showing the original 24 frames per second, it invents extra frames to make movement appear smoother. For live sports, that can actually be helpful. Fast-moving players become easier to follow. But for movies, it completely changes the director's intended look. The cinematic feeling disappears. Everything starts looking like behind-the-scenes footage or a cheap TV drama. That's why filmmakers and home theater enthusiasts almost always disable motion smoothing. If you mainly watch Netflix, Disney+, Blu-ray movies, or streaming films, turn it off. If sports are your priority, a low setting is usually the best compromise. And if you're a gamer, turning motion. Smoothing off also helps reduce input delay on many TVs. Better picture, faster response, win-win. Mistake number 3. Eco mode is secretly holding back your TV. Here's one that surprises almost everyone. Your expensive TV may never be reaching its full brightness. Why? Eco mode. Energy saving, power saving, ambient light detection, brightness optimization. These features constantly reduce your screen brightness to save electricity. Sounds useful, until you realize what you're giving up. HDR movies rely on high brightness to create realistic highlights. Sunsets, fire, reflections, explosions, bright clouds, all lose their impact when eco mode limits brightness. Some TVs even adjust brightness while you're watching. One scene looks bright. The next suddenly looks dim. Nothing is actually wrong with your TV. It's simply following its power-saving algorithm. If you want the picture quality you paid for, Disable these features, especially when watching HDR movies or playing HDR games. Your TV will finally perform the way it was designed to. Mistake number 2. You're probably using the wrong picture mode. Walk into any electronics store. Every television looks incredibly bright. Colors explode off the screen. Everything grabs your attention. That's because almost every TV is running in vivid, dynamic, or standard mode. These modes aren't designed for your living room. They're designed to compete against dozens of other TVs under powerful showroom lighting. At home, they usually create oversaturated colors, excessive contrast, artificial sharpening, overly blue whites, and eye fatigue during long viewing sessions. Instead, try switching to movie mode, cinema mode, filmmaker mode, or ISF expert if your TV includes it. The image may initially appear less dramatic, but after watching for a few minutes, skin tones become realistic, shadows gain detail, colors look natural, and movies finally resemble what the creators intended. Remember, picture modes aren't permanent. Use movie mode at night, brighter settings during daytime, and game mode when gaming. Different situations deserve different presets. Mistake number 1. Your HDMI port may be limiting everything. This might be the most important setting in the entire video, especially if you own a PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Apple TV, 4K Blu-ray player, or a modern streaming device. Many TVs ship with HDMI ports set to standard mode. That limits the signal your TV can receive, which means you may lose access to full HDR, higher bandwidth, 4K at higher refresh rates, variable refresh rate, and sometimes Dolby Vision support. The fix is simple. Open your TV settings, find external inputs, HDMI settings, or input configuration. Then look for options like Enhanced Format, HDMI Enhanced, Ultra HD Deep Color, Input Signal Plus, 4K Enhanced. Enable it for every device that supports 4K HDR. Just one warning. Very old HDMI cables may not support higher bandwidth. If your screen flickers after enabling enhanced mode, the cable is often the problem, not the TV. Replacing it with a certified high-speed or ultra-high-speed HDMI cable usually solves the issue. This single setting can unlock picture quality that many people never realize their TV already supports. Here's one final piece of advice. Don't chase the brightest picture. Don't chase the most colorful picture. Chase the most natural picture. The best televisions aren't impressive because they process everything. They're impressive because they faithfully reproduce what's actually in the source. In many cases, the best upgrade isn't buying a new TV. It's simply getting out of your TV's own way. Now I'm curious, which of these settings surprised you the most? Was it motion smoothing, eco mode, or HDMI enhanced? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear which change made the biggest difference on your TV. If this video helped you improve your picture quality, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical TV tips, smart home technology, and easy tech fixes that actually make a difference. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.